Uh, Hello. I'd like to say about software, and I'd like to say about software reuse. Do you know what's different between software and hardware? Software and hardware. Firstly, as you agree, hardware uh, is composed of physical material, but software is invisible. There is uh, there is apparent big difference. But there is but I think the hardware and software have same goal. That is reuse. In other words, we develop software for using our software several times. No one develops software for using just one time. Hardware is same. Is there anyone to develop hardware for using just one time? No. We want to use both hardware and software several times, as many as possible. So both hardware and software are for reuse. By the way, the important thing is that software is much easy for making it reuse. In other words, hardware is hard to make reuse. What's the reason? Because hardware requires a physical material. In other words, it requires price. Let's make an example. When I develop a hardware module, then suddenly I think new idea. For realizing that new idea, I may have to demolish or break down previous hardware. Yes. It takes cost. By the way, in case of software, it needs no physical material. So even if I get a new idea, I can modify or update the software easily. Yes. So software is very efficient and even more efficient than hardware. So I want to say about this reuse. When you develop software, if you look into software in detail, you can realize that reuse is all about software. Yeah. Do you know function? Yes. If you have experience of programming, you'd know function surely. Why do we make function? We make function for reuse. Yeah. We don't make a function for using that function just one time. We design and implement the function for using it several or more times. Okay, let's think about class. is same as function. We design and implement class for reusing it several or more times. Just the difference is that the class scope is larger than function. As class scope is larger than function, we need more concept, something like inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism. They are all about reusing. Yeah. Let's think of component. Yeah. It's same. It's for reuse. By the way, for reusing module, like function, class, component, we have to think two things. One thing is unchanged area, and the other one is changing area. In other words, the changing area is called the variable point. Yeah, and not changing area is called. Sorry, I forgot that. Maybe fixed point. I'm not sure. Anyway, we think of these two areas, and if you yes, the variable point, yeah, which means changing area as mentioned. We need to design changing area because we can reuse previous reusing module. We can reuse our previous module as original the uses or original intention. In other words, we have to modify the module, but we cannot program. We cannot program again because we are user. So, but we have to customize the module for our requirement. For that, we have to modify the module. Yeah, the variable point is in charge of the modification. Yeah, for example, you may think of setting dialog. In application, we can modify our application with the setting dialog. You can select your preferred option. Yes. It's same as a variable point of a module. But we can, but as mentioned, we have to implement a fixed area. Fixed area cannot be modified. Yes. So if it's not necessary, we don't have to prepare for variable point. In other words, if the fixed area can be in charge of whole usage, or we don't need to implement a variable point, but it is almost impossible in real world. So, okay. I want to say one thing again. software is for reuse. Whole software concept is about reuse. So when you program, if you think of reusing continually, your program skill will be improved fast. And you study software engineering or programming, I want to recommend think of reusing, because software is about reusing. Yeah, and and for that reusing, we have to think of variable point and fixed point. Variable point is an area which can be changed, and the fixed area means an area which cannot be changed. We have to think of them at all times. I hope that you will make good reusable module with these variable and fixed points. Thank you very much. Thank you.